just saw La La Land. Grant will be joining us this time.
Woo.
Uh,
Poof.
yeah, we just finished it, and I really enjoyed it. Like a lot. It was certainly like, a tribute to the classic Hollywood musical, but also adding a lot of new, innovative stuff. Like,
iPhones.
yeah, exactly, and Priuses. And it had yeah, you made me lose my train of thought. And like the way they used jazz in the movie was really cool to me. And there's a lot of stuff that you're sitting on. Crap! Look what you've done. You're sitting on the cord.
Well,
We apologize for these technical difficulties, and you probably.
Under my butt.
Well, I didn't put them under your butt. You sat on the cord. Anyway, so yeah, I just had a history of jazz class, so there's a lot of the jazz stuff that I got, and I'm interested. What are your thoughts on like how jazz was used in the film? Because you're not as familiar with jazz is. Wow.
I mean, I like jazz music.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, the jazz was nice. I mean, probably if I thought into how they did the film, it's probably composed like a jazz piece or something. So, because jazz was kind of central to the plot of this whole movie.
Yeah. It certainly was very predictable in a way. Like, you know what's going to happen, like the outcome, but it still manages to make you care for these characters along the way, which is impressive since you know what's going to happen.
And then we get to see what we wanted to see at the end.
Yeah, but then because you have because it is a tribute to like the classic Hollywood musicals. Of course, it's gonna follow tropes. Although I would prefer to like kind of take tribute it, but then take a new way, which it sort of did with the last, I'd say, 5 or 10 minutes, which I really like. I really liked. At first, I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Like I knew like this wasn't actually happening, but then I realized that it was his story through the piano, which is something that a lot of jazz players talk about, how tell your story through the music, and that's what he did, and I really liked how that was used in the end. I hope that wasn't a spoiler, but whatever. And
it was. I think
I kept it vague enough. But yeah, and I actually I understood where Ryan Gosling was coming from, like his character. Although John Legend's character, I agree with his attitude more when it comes to music for me personally. I mean, Miles Davis is considered to be the greatest because he was always on the frontier of something new, from cool school to hard bop to modal to fusion and so on. And that's why he was so great, because he was on the next thing. Whereas Ryan Gosling's more of a traditionalist. But I mean, it wasn't too big of a thing. So, and it was those little things that made you believe these characters, because that there are people like that. But yeah. There was some things that my jazz teacher pointed out to me about the film that was kind of how it's Ryan Gosling is this white guy and he's playing jazz, and every other player is black, but he's the main character and he's the only white jazz player. And then Emma Stone is a woman, so she's I hate jazz and I just don't understand it, and Ryan Gosling has to mansplain jazz to her. So there was that aspect to it, although I mean, it is kind of awesome, but I think, because, I don't actually know much about Damien Chazelle, but I think he did the story very well and made it from being too terrible. But, yeah.
I think it's on the upper scale of movies we've watched thus far.
Oh, yeah, this is probably my favorite I've seen so far.
I'd give this a solid A.
I'm trying to decide between A and A+, because there was, the one scene where they're arguing at the... when he comes and brings a cake or whatever it is, and they're it's a surprise, and it's that argument was a little but it's just so well done, and you can tell Damien Chazelle just knows what he's doing when it comes to this film, and it's so expertly done, and all the choreography and all the music and everything is just perfect. And I really and there's so much when you think about it, it's this the little details that upon second viewing you probably notice more stuff, and I feel because of those little attention to detail in this film, I'm gonna give it an A+. Yeah, definitely my favorite film I've seen so far. So I don't know what we're watching next, but you'll know in 3, 2.